Alright guys, welcome back to another video. So, in the last video, I traveled 200 miles to get these lawnmowers. One lawnmower was a Cub Cadet, which we got running in that video. And then the other mower was an old Murray mower with a 5-speed manual transmission. And it has the Briggs motor. And I had to replace a starter solenoid because it wouldn't turn over. The starter would not engage. We got that fixed. Now it turns over just fine. New battery. And then we found out the carburetor was really bad off. It was not salvageable by any means. So I ordered another carburetor and it came today. And in this video, that's what we're fixing to install. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, just got the carburetor back on there, or the new carburetor on. Just gotta top it off with a little bit of gas and then we're gonna try to start it. All right, so before I could even get the gas can over here, the gas tank still has a little bit of something in it, but look at this. The new carburetor is leaking. I'm just eager to go ahead and try to start this thing up. Let's not waste any more time. I'm actually not sure how I'm gonna do this with one hand. I just try to put that choke like this. I might have to set you guys down on the ground while I do this. Hey, that's a start. It's running. It might just need a little more gas. So I think it's having a hard time getting gas because this is gravity fed after all. And it needs more gas. It's very low. All right, with the line shortened and the new fuel filter, I figured that old one was clogged and preventing it from flowing faster. Let's try it again, see what happens. Well, unfortunately, I think that carburetor is a piece of junk, guys. I was worried about that. That's the risk you take when you're buying Chinese knockoff carburetors. You always risk them not being any good. And I'm afraid I've got a bad one. That is so annoying. A genuine one is like $100 and something, but a genuine one is obviously guaranteed to work properly. So I guess that's what I'm gonna have to do. All right, so we're tossing the Chinese crap and we're gonna put a genuine Briggs & Stratton carburetor on here, because I'm not going to waste another $20 on a carburetor that ain't going to work right. I'm not going to risk that. So I decided to break the bank just a little bit, pay about $110 for that one. We're going to slap it on here and see what happens. So apparently the original carburetor that was on here had an adjustment screw for the fuel, but they updated the part number for this carburetor and changed it over to this one. And this carburetor does not have an adjustment screw. I find that kind of weird, but I guess that is to comply with emissions crap or whatever. So I got the genuine carburetor on there now. And I did get the choke fixed as well, so now that works. I'm fixing to attempt to start it. See what happens. Well, there we go. Oh, that runs great. Wow. Okay, that idle needs to be turned down a little bit. Uh-oh. How do we cut it off? I don't know how to kill it. All right, it runs, but it won't die. We're gonna figure that out first before we do anything else to it. So, in order for the key to kill the engine, the ignition coil needs ground from another source. And that is this wire right here, it looks like. Ugh, this is gonna be a mess. Oh, this could be anything. There could be a break in this wire right here all the way to the coil, or something's going on. It ain't working, I can tell you that. I really wish I had it out of the sun though, but if I start it back up, I'm gonna have to do the same thing I did there. Oh, come on. That's compression release. What is up with these single cylinder engines, guys, that have compression release problems? The Husqvarna has it, the Murray has it, and this one has it. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take that and start running it back to its source, or I'm gonna just start tugging the wire until I find its source. Yikes, things are hot. For some weird reason, I can't find the camcorder, so unfortunately I'm not gonna be able to film most of this for you guys. I'm just gonna have to tell you what I've done after I get it finished. All right, so this is getting to be a can of worms I was not expecting to get into, as they call it. In there is a bunch of wiring mess. Well, it's not a bunch. I could probably do it if I could get to it, but the thing is, I gotta get the steering wheel off to get this mess off, and the steering wheel is obviously stuck to the spine. It's rusted so bad on there. There's no way for me to get it off without breaking it, and it's not worth that. This is the light switch, I think. Unless somebody hooked that up to ground this off. All right, got everything back on there. Let's give this a try. Okay, that doesn't work. Wonder why it doesn't drive. Something going on with the transmission. So before I go to the O'Reilly's place to get some stuff for the cutoff, the next thing I want to know is why will it not drive? Well, why don't you look at that. That pulley right there is completely seized up. That's where the draw belt is supposed to go, but it's not, obviously. That draw belt looks to be pretty toast itself, but that pulley is completely seized up. It's not going to be doing anything anytime soon. As for the rest of it, it looks to be operating just fine. Here's what happens when I push the clutch. See? Alright guys, about a week later, and I have a new pulley for the Murray. I'm out here, and I just pulled the deck off, and I've been aware that the draw belt needs to be replaced, because look at this, there's literally the rubber material missing on some parts of this belt here. Although the inside looks pretty good, the outside not so much. It's been scraped a lot. In order to replace it, you have to take these red tabs out of here, and as if that wasn't hard enough, you got to take this off too, or something like that. Either that or drop the transmission to get the belt out of here, because this is the shifter right here is what changes gears, and that does not look to be very easy to remove at all. That's just getting the rear out. The front, you can take this pulley off, but in order to do that, you gotta stick something way up in there. And see, that's not even a hex spot. I wasn't able to see that with my eyes because I can't get under there, but, well, no, that's not a hex. That's a 12 point, never mind. But I probably ain't got a 12 point of that size, so there's no point in trying to do that. Or you could take this plate off and take this off. It's not even worth the trouble getting this fixed up in the first place. I don't think I want to go through that. So what I'm going to do is we're going to just replace the pulley. We're going to line it up right. We'll start it up real quick and see if it dries. If it does, whoopee. We'll get it back together and we'll start using this thing finally. Alright, we drive. We have no brakes though, no brakes. I think the results pretty much speak for themselves. Yes! We got a cutoff switch, guys. All right. Awesome. You ain't got to clutch it to shift gears. Yeah, you ain't got to clutch this one. It doesn't have real gears. I kind of figured it didn't based on how small that transmission looks. Now on the wheel horse, you do have to clutch it because that is an actual gearbox. This, I don't really know what you call this. All right, so we got the Murray running finally. Yikes, that's hot. And it runs pretty good actually. It's just really kind of slow though, but it does have torque, I give it that. And I went a little crazy with the mudding and got stuck and we started slinging mud everywhere. But anyways, it's a junk mower. I don't really care what happens to it. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do with this mower. And yeah, the Murray is running, so that means we have 6 mowers. Actually, we got the whole fleet out here. Not the whole fleet, we're missing the 2810, but that's in another location, so that doesn't count. But this is the whole fleet here, the whole fleet. The 2810, I mean the 3910, the wheel horse, bad boy, John Deere, Cub Cadet, Husqvarna, Murray, and the golf cart. Let's start them all up just to hear it. Oh wow, sounds awesome. That is power, guys. How much horsepower do you think this is all combined? So I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It took a lot longer than I was expecting. I believe this is 3 weeks into the making, so it took a while. Mainly because we were waiting for parts for so long. There's still some work to be done to it. That's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. If you're stopping by for the first time and you want to see any more videos on any of this or any of that over there, be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.